Alright, welcome to Antigua. This is Osborne International Airport. We're going to make a quick hop today in the mighty Cessna 152. This is November 4753 X-ray. Let's turn the fuel valves on. Alright, rotating beacon on. Mixture is rich, carb heat's cold, master switch on. There is no fuel pump. We do have to prime the engine. Let's give it 3 shots of prime. I don't know how many that was. Was that 2 or was that 3? I don't remember. There's 3 shots of prime. Primer is in and locked. Fuel pump's on, but brakes are on, but let's engage the parking brakes anyway. Alright, throttle open a 1/2 inch. Let's engage the starter. Engine roars to life, and let's bring the power back to 1,000. Let's check the oil pressure. Oil pressure is good. So we're getting ourselves ready here. Alright, let's lean the mixture for taxi. Let's turn the there is no avionics master, is there? Alright, 122.8 is what we want. So this flight today, 122.8, let's turn on our lights here. Alright, mixture is named. There's no ATC. I'll engage the brakes and release the parking brake. Let's go here and do our taxiways. Alright. And let's get ourselves moving here. And what do we do once we get moving? We test the brakes. And you always want to test your brakes, make sure they're working, because if they're not working, you want to know about it as soon as possible. So, we're going to taxi VC Bird traffic, Anguilla November 4753 X-ray, taxiing to runway 07 via taxiway Bravo. So I'll explain why I just I'll explain why I just messed that up in a minute, but so let me put my parking brake on here. Let's do a quick flight control check. Up on that side, down on that side, up on that side, down on that side. Flaps down and indicating. Flaps are all the way down on that side, all the way down on that side. Let's go. Flaps up and indicating. Flaps are all the way up on that side, all the way up on that side. Elevators moving properly. Flight controls are free and correct. Let's go mixture rich. Throttle to 1700. Overshot a little bit there. Alright. Let's go left magneto. Good drop, back to both. Right magneto. Good drop, back to both. Let's test the carb heat on. Good drop, that back in. Let's check the gyros. Gyros are looking good. Bring the power back to 1,000. Alright, and let's do a throttle idle check. And throttle idle sounds fine. The power back to 1,000. In the mixture again a little bit here. We're going to turn the taxi light off. And we're going to turn the landing light on. I think there is And no, they're not coming in here. Alright, so any power problems on the runway, we're going to bring the power to idle, come to a full stop using the brakes. Under 500 feet on the altimeter, we're going to be looking to make a left turn, 30 degrees or so, and looking at that side. We might be in the water at that point. Above 500 feet on the altimeter, we're going to look to make a left turn and come around to any hard surface we can find, including this area here, taxiway, runway, anything we can find. Alright, pre-takeoff briefing is complete. On-course heading is 236. Let's release the parking brake. Alright. BC Bird traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray taking runway 7 for departure to the west. BC Bird. Alright, so now we'll
approaching runway 0725.
Put the mixture in. Yes. Put the mixture in. Mixture's full rich. Carby is cold. Runway checks with the heading indicator. So power's coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed is live. 60, 65, and rotate. And let's see here. There's BC Bird. Did a really nice job with this field. I don't know if that must be an old runway. That's pretty cool, whatever it is. So just gonna climb straight ahead here. I know they don't like us to climb over this island out here, so we're gonna start our turn here at 400 feet AGL. You don't want to turn below 400 feet AGL. Just one of those rules. Alright. Nice climb going on here. As you can see, another beautiful day in the neighborhood here. Gonna turn and go right back around and make a downwind departure here. BC Bird traffic, Antigua 265, Cessna 4753 X-ray, left downwind departure, runway 7, BC Bird. And I just did it again. I just announced Antigua 264, and the reason I did that is because I just flew this exact same flight in the Islander. The Britain-Norman Islander with the Anguilla Air Services livery, which is a really cool flight. And now I'm going to do it in the Cessna. Island of Antigua. I have never been to Antigua. This is one of the big hubs, big airport hubs in the islands. I think probably second to St. Martin. Fuel pump to turn off. There's really nothing to do. do except for enjoy the island. This flight is a request on my tiny little YouTube channel. I've gotten a couple of them now. I think one of them was from Antigua to I think the other island, Barbuda, Codrington Airport. It's actually, I believe, the name of the nation is Antigua and Barbuda. Please forgive me if I'm incorrect. I don't mean to be disrespectful. Um, 2,500 climbing 3,000. So you may wonder a couple things. Anyway, actually, first of all, to finish that, this request was from a Mr. Theo Pope. So Theo, this one's for you, buddy. Glad you, he posted a comment earlier today saying he thought it was pretty cool that somebody was focusing on the Caribbean in Microsoft Flight Simulator on their YouTube channel, and I couldn't agree more, and I'm happy that it's me, because if you watch any of my non-Microsoft Flight Simulator content, which I don't blame you if you haven't done, I love the Caribbean. And I love flying, and so I just think the colors of the water and the islands and I mean even the houses and like the boats, and it's just an amazing place, you know. And to be able to you know, come down here and enjoy this is pretty cool. And you know, during the previous eras of flight simulators like FSX and Prepared, it's pretty cool. You know, I mean, they were fun, but the Caribbean was always kind of a forgotten region. Like, there were maybe a couple add-ons that would make it look a little better, but this is, I mean, I purchased that airport, right, BC Bird, but this right here, that's just standard Microsoft Flight Simulator. And look at that. I mean, the water and the kind of the water markings, or water masking, I guess they call it, and just the different textures of the water and the you know, the island itself, and it's just amazing how well they have done this. And then you add to it the fact that on flightsim.to, which is the website I'm always talking about, as you see Guadalupe down there, St. Kitts and Nevis right here. Flightsim.to, there's a lot of user-created content, including this airport, John O. Osborne Airport on Montserrat that we're going to right now. And it's just incredible how beautiful some people have done these smaller airports in the Caribbean. And honestly, from I've purchased probably 3 or 4 airports in this area. I think I bought San Juan. I think I bought Piarco and Grenada, and the third airport down there. I bought that, and then St. Martin, and then this one here, VC Bird. So I bought maybe 5 of them, 6 of them, whatever. But between that and all the little airports that people have done, just flight simmers have done, I'm pretty certain that almost every airport from Trinidad and Tobago all the way up through St. Martin, and then west out, the Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands, Culebra, Puerto Rico, the Dominican, Jamaica, what's the other little island out there? But pretty much all of these airports are covered now, and it's just amazing to be able to fly to all these little airports. It's just a hoot. I mean, to me, it's like Christmas. I mean, and I really like flying the Islander. So I was saying before how I kept screwing up the call sign on the radio and misidentifying myself. I really like flying the Islander. That's a fun plane. That's a plane that I bought. But honestly, I have to say I think I like flying the good old Cessna 152 more than any of them. It's such a well done airplane. I mean, you look at the textures, and the instrumentation is all accurate, and the radios and everything. I mean, it just looks great. It's a good looking airplane, and it's just so easy to fly. And and it is in real life, because I mean, it's a trainer, right? So I mean, it's nothing complicated about flying a Cessna 152. But here in the simulator, it's just an honest airplane. And like, I can make nice crosswind landings on it. There's not a whole lot to remember. I mean, if you're trying to fly like, the Baron or the TBM, and you've got all these checklists, that's fine. I mean, that's fun to do. I like doing that as well. But honest to God, I think the most fun I have in Microsoft Flight Simulator is flying this dinky little 152 to all these little airports around the Caribbean. It's just so much fun to me. Gives me a lot of time to run my mouth. But the Islander, I really like it. I think it's a brilliantly done airplane. I'm just not that good at landing it, to be honest with you. And I don't seem to have figured out what the trick is. And I've watched a lot of YouTube videos of real pilots flying it. They tend to make super short approaches going, 90 miles an hour, and then just chop the power and chop and drop, as we say. And maybe I should just try that, because I do these, like, 3-mile base legs, 3-mile finals, and get it all set up nice and stable. which I think is the right way to fly. But I just don't do all that well. So I decided just to hop back in the 152 and give this flight another try. Osborne traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, 10 miles to the northeast, inbound, full stop, Osborne. You know, I mean, I just like this airplane, so that's the long and the short of it. So, different strokes for different folks, right? And even like, look at the you know, kind of the marks on the windows, like they're all, you know, it's all old and scratchy. Like that's how a 152 is, you know. I just think this is the coolest. I really think it's a pretty cool airplane. Alright, the first power reduction in the old 152 is always your carb heat. Look at us coming down about 200 feet a minute, as you can see right here, which is great. So I'm in a flying club here in central New York, and I just got my instrument rating 10 days ago or so. And so I didn't do basically any flying in the simulator. In this simulator, I flew prepared quite a bit because it's a very good IFR simulator. But so I haven't flown Microsoft Flight Simulator very much. But in my flying club, we have a really nice Piper Cherokee, November 56125, which has got a GTN 750, which is a really nice GPS. It's got two G5s, which are really nice. Really nice solid state instruments. It's got, basically what I'm saying, it's got some really nice digital instrumentation. And then we have a Cessna 150, which is November 4753 X-ray. That's where I came up with this tail number for this plane. And nobody really flies the 150 all that much. I've flown it a couple times, and you know, but I fly this one in the simulator all the time, and I really wonder. I want to go now that I've gotten my instrument ready. I don't have to spend as much time flying, you know, purposeful flying, trying, you know, training. I want to see if I can get out in the 150 and see if I enjoy flying an actual 150 as much as I enjoy flying this, because it's just a hoot. Osborne traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray on a right downwind, or excuse me, a left downwind, runway 10 Osborne. So it's kind of an airplane. I wonder how much people fly this in Flight Simulator. How much love it gets. My guess is probably not a whole lot. Alright, let's get into the flap range here. Osborne traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, turning left base, runway 10, Osborne. So this is the one disadvantage of the highway, is you can't really see what you can't really make out your base leg very well. So when you dip the wing, you can't see anything. So there's no fuel pump. Make sure your rich carb heat is full. Airport is right there, under the pitot tube there. Small airport. There's no other traffic. There's quite a drop off right at the approach end of the runway. That's like a bunch of flaps. Push the nose down. Oh, shouldn't push down that much. Alright. Hey there. Osborne traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, turning a 3-mile final, runway 10, Osborne. And look at that. Rolled out quite nicely. And it's going to get a little feisty, I'm going to let it. Settle here. Yeah, I'm gonna push the nose down just a little bit, add some power. Just gonna give you a little bit more airspeed. Remember, you trim for airspeed, not for vertical speed. So if I'm going a little bit slow, what I'm looking for is 65 knots, and if I'm going a little bit slow, I'm going to add some power and then push the nose down. That's going to give me, add a little energy and give me a good little move on the airspeed here. Alright, so what are we looking at here? Osborne traffic, Cessna 53 X-ray, 2-mile final, runway 10, Osborne. And the other cool thing about this plane is you can just take all the time you need to do whatever it is that you need to do. Looks like we got a little bit of a left to right crosswind here. I'd rather be a little bit high because of that drop off, and it gets a little turbulent once you get in here. And I don't know, I'm not 100% confident in this 110 horsepower engine and its ability to outclimb whatever I might be facing here. And you can see it's getting a little jumpy. I'm gonna let it settle. Right on glide slope, I'm a little bit high. But This is what flying can be like. I mean, you like the airplane to be nice and stable, and sometimes it just doesn't feel like doing that for you. Airspeed is good. I don't get significantly high. It's alright. The thing I'm not worried about is my ability to get down in this airplane. Alright, power is all the way out. Airspeed is good. Level off nicely there. Alright, so we'll get to see the entirety of Osborne International Airport here, which is kind of cool. So we get to see this end here. I'll lean my mixture a little bit for taxi. And I suppose we can take some time here to put the carb heat in. And mixture is lean. Let's put the flaps up. Normally I don't do this stuff on the runway, but kind of quiet here, so. And that landing, I mean, I was high the whole time. But you saw how kind of jerky it got there. You know, you can get some good, some mechanical turbulence from that hillside there, short of the runway. And I'd much rather have to pull the power out and deal with it that way by being too high than being in a 110 horsepower airplane, looking at the face of that hill coming at me, you know. And airplanes will bounce around quite a bit sometimes, and then they just seem right above the runway. They seem to settle. It's kind of like they know what their role in life is. So I'm gonna pull right up here so you can see this runway, this little airport. I'm gonna pull the mixture, kill the power, put on the parking brake, and there you go. I mean, this is a free little airport from flightsim.to, and I'll put the link in the description below. So huge thumbs up to whoever did this. Forgive me for not knowing. But Mr. Theo Pope, this is for you, man. So I hope you enjoyed the flight, and any other requests, just give me a shout, and I'll be glad to do it. Take care. Let's turn our lights off now. Magneto's off. Master switch off. And that's that.